Hi, I'm Lauren, and I just want to say welcome to my channel. We have a ton of new subscribers here, so I just want to kind of go into what exactly this channel is. Before we get started, I just want to say drop your name down below so that way I can come and say hi to each one of you and all the fun things. Tell me a little bit about yourself because I would really like to get to know you. I want to say that this is a lifestyle channel mostly, so we'll be doing day in the lives, anything that can make your life particularly easier, hacks, what I eat in a day, is all kinds of fun things. Also, I upload every single Saturday at 9 a.m. So make sure you subscribe down below and turn on the post notification bell for that. Now that we've gotten the intro out of the way, I'm sure you've seen the video at this point. Maybe this one, the 4 best ways you can wear your hair to bed. So we're going to talk a little bit about that one today. So in case you didn't know, I am a cosmetologist who has been working behind the chair for the last 5 years, and I had 4 years of just training before that. I did cosmetology in high school, and then I went straight to cosmetology school, and then since then, well, I have been behind the chair. So I have extensive knowledge in the hair field, so if you have any questions about it, feel free to comment them down below. But we're gonna get into a few of the comments, the scientific backing behind like why these are the best hairstyles to wear your hair to bed, some other options just in case one of these 4 options don't work for your hair particularly. So yes, with that being said, let's go ahead and jump on into today's video. So let's address some of the concerns in the comments. One of them was, it's better to sleep with your hair down and let it breathe. Okay, we're gonna get into all the scientific backing of why these are not true in just a second, but it's not technically true that you need to let your hair down to breathe. Actually, what happens is if you have a cotton pillowcase or anything like a linen texture, those little microfibers can grab onto your hair, and anytime you kind of roll around, you have the potential to break your hair strands or cause split ends. So we definitely don't want to do that. It's actually better for you to sleep with your hair up in like a contained way. That is number 1. Now, let me preface this. You should be wearing your hair very loose to sleep in if you are wearing it up. So why I say loose is because if you have your hair tight and pulled back in a slick back bun like you were wearing out earlier in the day, just slicked back with gel and everything, you do have the potential to, you know, create a receding hairline, some more damage on your hair. Nothing should be too tight because that is what will cause breakage through your ends or a receding hairline through the top. None of that is super cute. We're trying to keep that damage as minimal as possible. I am so scared that I'm just gonna like light my hand on fire. We're not gonna go there though. So next, it's better to sleep with curly hair down. Now, I personally have curly hair and I don't agree to this. Personally, my hair gets so much frizzier if I leave it down to sleep. So my preferred way for curly hair to sleep is going to be either like a silk like hair cap or the sock method. Next, your hair will tangle if you put it up. This one doesn't make sense to me. Anyways, this is another one that I got. This one hurts my like cosmetologist brain a little bit, but this one said your cuticle is at the top of your head and not on your hair strand. Now, I can understand where this could be like misconstrued because on your head, technically what they were talking about was the follicle, which is where your hair grows from your head out. It's not your cuticle. So yeah, the hair strand itself, that is the cuticle. It is the outermost layer of your hair. It is the hard outside made up of dead skin cells. That is what's keeping your hair healthy and strong, and that is why you can like put it up, take it down. You can really like manipulate your hair, and if your cuticle on the outside gets damaged, that is what is causing your split ends. So all right, moving on to the scientific backing. What is a roughed up cuticle? I am gonna give you an example right now. So we are gonna pull out the handy dandy notepad. All right, think of this as your hair strand. Let me get a bigger, so this is your hair strand naturally, okay? Just straight. Now, this has no damage. A hair strand that does have damage, this is what it looks like. Think of a pine tree. This is your roughed up cuticle. think of a pine tree. This, my friend, is whenever you get damaged. This is anytime you chemically change your hair, use heat, any kind of breakage. This is why your hair also gets frizzy. Why hair looks so frizzy a lot of times is because this is what you have going on right here. We are trying to prevent this guy right here. We want this guy. So in order to get our stick instead of our pine tree, we have to do the things that make it not be frizzy, essentially. So that would be oils, that would be sleeping with your hair up, not tight. Again, it needs to be loose. It needs to just be like maintained, essentially. So that is the layout of your cuticle in the easiest way to explain possible. Let's talk about how it affects your hair. So like I said earlier, if you have damage to your cuticle, that is mostly or more than likely what is causing your frizziness. There are some exceptions to this rule, like humidity. Hair does get frizzy in humidity, but that is because moisture has gone into your hair strand. Whenever your cuticle is roughed up, think of your pine tree. Let's get a drawing right here. So this is where your split ends come into play. There you go. The more damage you have, the more split ends you're gonna have. So if you see these little guys on your hair, you're like, that is a split end. I know that there is a lot of misconception that like you are like, oh wow, the ends of my hair are just like see-through and that's what split ends are. That's not what split ends are. So each individual strand will look like it's straight and then it has a little like U out from it. She's not a good time. Or if you see these little like white balls kind of on your hair, that's also an indication of some kind of damage. So that could even look like this. So as hairstylists, this is kind of what we're looking for whenever we're like, your hair is a little bit too damaged. We can't really do much with that. I will never condemn people for doing what they want with their hair because it is their hair and it is not my hair. I personally have high standards for my hair, and if you don't and you just don't have time for that, that is okay. Moving on to where is your cuticle? Because people seem to think that I am lying about where your cuticle is on your head. So I've pulled up the front to what your cuticle is on your hair. This is your hair strand, essentially like cut open. If you look at it from the bottom, this is what it would look like under a microscope. So this on the outside is your cuticle. As you can see from the picture, this outside right here. So your hair cuticle is essentially what is protecting everything else in your hair. That is protecting your cortex, your medulla. Your cortex and your medulla are inside of your hair cuticle, as you can see. So that is the depiction of the hair strand. Now, let me show you what the hair follicle is and what people are thinking is actually the cuticle. So where your hair comes out, that is technically your hair follicle. Let's get into the options for sleeping with your hair at night. The sock method is a great method, and I wish people would stop hating on it, but it's fine. So get a clean sock or go buy a pair of fuzzy socks at the store. If you don't have money to do that, just use one that you already have. You're gonna take that and you're gonna take a scrunchie. You're going to pull your hair into the sock and tie it off with a scrunchie. I would prefer if you did it on a side because you're probably gonna sleep you're probably not gonna sleep on your back. This is a really beneficial method for people who are starting their hair journey, who don't have a lot of money to invest in it. What this is doing is it's essentially just encapsulating your hair. So whenever your hair is like on a pillow at night, whenever you're rolling around, it doesn't get roughed up. It's contained into one little section. Anytime that you can create a barrier around your hair and your hair really isn't like moving or being exposed to the elements, that is the best possible way to wear your hair, but it's not practical. You can't wear it like that every day. The side braid is also beneficial. Now, same thing with this. It just kind of encapsulates your hair and it's just essentially roughing up like one side if it does, but if you pull it to the side, you're less prone and less susceptible to damage. This is also beneficial if you want like any kind of texture to your hair. Any of my girls who are like, my hair is straight and like it won't do anything, this is a great option. It kind of gives your hair like some nice body. This should not be a tight braid though. Loose braid, loose off to the side, that is preferable. The side pony is great if you can't braid. It just, like I said, anytime that you can keep your hair contained and it's not just like flailing all over the place, you're going to prevent, like not prevent all the damage, but prevent more damage than what you would have if your you're just rolling around on your hair at night. This is for all of my sleepers who roll around a lot, toss and turn. Just a loose bun on the top of your head. If you can just take it, wrap it around itself, and then just tie it off with a scrunchie so you're not pulling on your hair in any way, this is going to be a great option for you, just so your hair is up, it's out of the way, you're not really roughing it up too much. We're mostly just concerned with your mids and ends. Usually your root is fine because that's the new hair, that's the strongest hair. So yeah, other options, because there are 100 million other options. These are just a few that if you have extra money at the moment to spend on your hair, these are great options. A silk pillowcase, 10 out of 10. They are great. You can leave your hair down if you have to with these, or a silk bonnet. Silk bonnets are great. I saw these coming highly recommended in the comments, but they are great. It's essentially just like a shower cap. You just stick your hair in it and you just go to bed. So it's a super easy option, but if you just don't have money to put into hair care stuff right now, because I know that we're kind of in a weird place in the world, if you have no extra money, the sock method is my preferred method. All right guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a big old thumbs up. Also, subscribe down below. We would love to have you. Also, turn on the post notification bell, all the things. If you want to follow me on any of my socials, they are right here, maybe somewhere around here. And I will also have them linked down below. I am on Instagram, Pinterest, and TikTok. The two that I use the most though are obviously TikTok and Instagram. Once again, I post every Saturday at 9 a.m. so don't forget. And yeah, also don't forget to leave a comment with your name and a little bit about yourself, because I want to know you. Yeah, and I will see you back here on Saturday at 9 a.m. Bye.